Mythical creatures as pets.
Good boy, that's it.
Massive beasts soaring the skies. Encounters so unexpected your heart will stop. What you're about to see has no explanation, and scientists are silent about it. Watch till the end, or you'll regret it. In America, a secret source leaked footage from a lab showing an unsettling creature pacing inside a small room. Its body resembled a bat, but was far larger than any normal species. The creature let out eerie, piercing cries, repeatedly opening its mouth as if desperate to escape the cage. Viewers who saw the clip online were puzzled. Some said it might be a hool, a bat-like cryptid from Malaysian folklore, while others wondered if it was an unknown genetic experiment. The footage left a lingering sense of unease and disbelief. Pale woman. While settling for the night, a camper heard strange noises, neither wind nor animals. Curiosity drew him to the forest, where he spotted a pale-skinned woman standing between the trees. At first, she seemed still, almost harmless, but then she flipped, landed upright, and rushed toward him unnaturally fast. Her speed and posture were impossible for a human. Panicked, he ran without looking back, realizing instinctively that this figure did not belong in the woods. The moment stayed with him, leaving an unshakable sense of fear and the question, what had he truly witnessed? Unknown creature. In the Amazon, a hunter set a trap hoping to catch a monkey, but found a creature that defied description. Its body had bat-like wings and a rat-like head, while sharp fangs glinted as it rattled the cage in desperation. Shocked, he brought it to a zoologist friend, who confirmed it didn't match any known species. Both men realized they had encountered something entirely unknown, possibly a species never documented. The sighting challenged everything they knew about the forest and left them questioning whether nature had revealed a secret it had long hidden. Glowing eyes woman. While exploring a dense forest, a man heard strange noises and noticed a figure approaching. At first, it looked like an ordinary elderly woman, but the illusion vanished when glowing red eyes appeared. Her face twisted in an unnatural way, entirely unlike a human. Fear gripped him as he realized she was not normal. Without hesitation, he turned and ran, not daring to look back. The moment left him shaken and bewildered, unsure if he had glimpsed a supernatural entity or a horrifying human anomaly that existed just beyond the edge of perception. Six-tailed kitsune. In 2018, a farmer searching for missing livestock spotted a fox-like creature in a nearby forest. At first, it seemed ordinary, but as he observed, the creature froze, revealing 6 tails. The animal stared directly into his eyes, and then into the camera, before disappearing into the trees. The sighting told legends of the kitsune, a mystical fox that gains a tail every 100 years. Witnessing something so closely tied to myth left the farmer both terrified and amazed. He realized he had possibly encountered one of the rarest, most elusive creatures in folklore. Nighttime visitor. Returning home late one night, a man noticed movement near his window. A thin figure in torn clothing pressed its pale face against the glass, wide, empty eyes staring. As soon as it noticed him, it lunged forward, causing the man to panic. The camera capturing the moment shook violently before the footage abruptly ended. No one has ever confirmed the visitor's identity. Whether it was human, supernatural, or something entirely unknown remains a mystery. The brief, chilling encounter left a lasting impression, as if reality itself had warped to allow something impossible to appear in the dark. Sydney Harbor siren. In 2020, staff at Sydney Harbor witnessed a creature emerging from calm water, leaping onto the deck, then slipping back into the sea.
Oh my God!
Its gray, slimy body ended in a fish-like tail, but what unnerved observers most were its human-like arms and hands. Workers froze, unsure how to react, while the creature repeated the motion several times. Rumors quickly labeled it a siren, though authorities never confirmed its existence. The sighting blurred the line between myth and reality, raising questions about what might dwell just beneath the surface of the ocean.
Back up! Coming up!
Indonesian white figure? Late at night, a man drove through the Indonesian woods when he spotted a figure in white standing by the roadside. It didn't move, but its face was terrifying, pale, and eerie. Locals said it was the spirit of a man who passed away there in a car accident. Since then, anyone passing that spot claims to see him, frozen and watching. The driver felt an unsettling chill as he passed. Some say certain souls never leave the place where their life ended. That night, the road seemed haunted by something he couldn't explain. Fire-breathing creature. While visiting the Herman River, tourists witnessed something impossible. A strange creature landed on the ground, wings spread wide, black body sleek, a hard beak, and a long tail. Suddenly, it shot a trail of fire from its mouth, then took off into the sky. Shocked, the witnesses captured the moment on video and shared it online. Some suggested it was a Balerion, a dragon-like dinosaur, while others believed it was staged. Regardless, the sighting left viewers stunned. The mixture of wings, fire, and impossible speed created a mystery that refused easy explanation. Strange woman? In 2005, a man checked his CCTV cameras in Texas and froze in terror. A woman stood outside his window, staring directly into the house.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, líbranos del...
She didn't move, yet her presence was terrifying, her glowing eyes the most unnerving feature. He double-checked the surroundings, ensured doors were locked, but she never appeared again. Soon after, strange events began occurring inside the house. Objects moved, noises were heard, and an unsettling feeling lingered. Eventually, he moved out. Locals said that the woman's appearance was the start of something unnatural. Her silent, motionless gaze remained a haunting memory. Cemetery encounter. 3 days after his mother passed away, a man visited her grave, unaware he was heading toward terror. Suddenly, a creature appeared before him. Its body was humanoid, but its eyes were white and bulging, and small horns sprouted from its head. It moved wildly while he recited Arabic prayers. Perhaps attempting to ward it off. The creature's erratic behavior left him shaken, questioning reality. He didn't understand what he had seen, whether spirit, demon, or something entirely unexplainable. The encounter left a lasting impression, a brief moment where the boundary between the living and something far stranger seemed to blur. Shortcut horror. Late at night, a man took a shortcut through a forest road, thinking it would save time. Suddenly, a humanoid figure appeared directly in front of his car. Thin, unnaturally tall legs, pale face, indistinct, yet utterly wrong. The figure didn't move or make a sound, just stood there, staring. Fear overtook reason, and he slammed on the brakes, reversing quickly to escape. That shortcut no longer mattered. All that mattered was leaving the presence behind. The image of the silent, unyielding figure stayed with him, a reminder that some roads hide more than shadows. Zoo mystery. While visiting a zoo in Tirana, Albania, a man noticed a peculiar creature alone in a glass enclosure. Bald-headed, long-necked, with an ostrich-like beak and grayish-black feathers, it had thin legs ending in sharp claws. The longer he stared, the more uneasy he felt. Then it let out a piercing, blood-curdling scream that made him tremble. He shared the footage online, jokingly calling it a baby dinosaur. Viewers disagreed. Most insisted it was just a strangely proportioned bird. The brief glimpse of something so unusual left the man and his audience unsettled, questioning whether appearances could be trusted. Eerie roadside woman. Driving late at night, a man spotted a woman standing by the roadside who didn't look normal. Her posture was strange, expression unnerving, eyes fixed on him in a way that felt unnatural. Every detail about her seemed off, as if she didn't belong to the world of the living.
Is it? Slow down, way down, way down. Don't do drugs, kid.
Unease washed over him, making his pulse race. Rather than investigate, he chose to drive away, sensing instinctively that moving on was the safest choice. The memory lingered long after, a fleeting but intense reminder that sometimes ordinary roads can become stages for the inexplicable. Twisted antler deer? One snowy morning in Minnesota, a couple driving toward a hill station noticed a deer-like animal step out of the forest and stop beside the road. Curious, the man slowed down and began recording. Its stone-brown fur looked normal, but its antlers were disturbingly wrong, twisting and branching in countless unnatural directions. Even stranger, the animal kept walking in slow circles, repeating the same path as if stuck in a loop. The couple watched in silence, unsure whether they were seeing a rare genetic mutation or something far more mysterious lingering in the snow. Woman in white? A group of friends in India ventured into the woods at night to investigate, disturbing noises echoing from deep within. As they approached, they saw a woman dressed in white, her face hidden behind long hair. Her arms bent unnaturally, and glowing red eyes pierced through the darkness. She moved in sudden, inhuman jumps that left them frozen in fear. Though she warned them to leave, they kept recording. Moments later, she vanished, and the noises stopped. The friends were left shaken, wondering who she was and what force had twisted her into something so terrifying. Captured pterosaurs. While visiting a remote Himalayan village, a traveler encountered something unbelievable. Tied to a massive rock with thick ropes was a gigantic creature with brown, leathery skin, a long neck, a hard beak, and enormous wings. It thrashed violently, appearing both furious and powerful. Villagers calmly claimed it was a pterosaur, an ancient flying dinosaur they had captured days earlier. The man stared in disbelief, questioning whether he was witnessing a living relic from prehistoric times or an elaborate deception crafted to shock outsiders. Long after leaving, he still couldn't decide what he had truly seen. Disturbed ritual? A group of YouTubers entered the woods after hearing rumors of a secret ritual taking place. Hidden among the trees, they found an elderly woman performing strange rites. She urgently warned them to leave, insisting they did not understand the danger. Ignoring her pleas, they continued filming.
Back up! Back up, bro! No! You don't know what you're doing!
Suddenly, the ritual was disrupted, and a horrifying humanoid figure emerged from the shadows.
Marco, run! Run, Marco, run!
Its face was twisted and unnatural as it lunged toward them. Panic erupted, and everyone fled. But one friend never returned. To this day, no one knows what truly happened in those woods. Giant lab cat. A leaked video from a secret lab in Nevada showed something deeply unsettling. A massive cat sat upright on its hind legs, far larger than any normal feline. Its white and brown fur seemed ordinary until it opened its mouth, revealing rows of razor-sharp fangs. The creature's posture and size felt disturbingly unnatural. As the footage spread online, discussions grew. Some believed it was a genetic experiment gone wrong, a mutation created behind closed doors. Others dismissed it as fake. Still, the image of that towering, snarling cat left viewers uneasy and questioning what might exist in hidden labs. Construction site anomaly? Late at night, a construction worker kept hearing strange noises echoing across the empty site. Determined to investigate, he walked toward a dark corner and froze. Standing there was a human-like woman with unnatural eyes and a jaw that opened and closed repeatedly in an eerie rhythm. Her movements were stiff and mechanical, nothing like a normal person. Terrified, he stepped back and called authorities, but when he returned with help, the figure had vanished without a trace. No evidence was found, and the chilling encounter remained an unsolved mystery. Creature of Tasik Bara. Two friends fishing near Tasik Bara Forest in Pahang, Malaysia, were startled when something rose from the lake's surface. The creature had a crocodile-like mouth lined with sharp teeth, black eyes, a swollen ridge behind its head, and two fins protruding from its upper body. Curious, yet cautious, one man stepped closer for a better look. In a split second, the creature slipped back into the water and disappeared. Though they tried to convince themselves it was an unusual fish, even with years of experience, neither could confidently explain what they had witnessed that day. Abandoned house dancer. Shortly after moving to the UK, a man began hearing strange music drifting from a neighbor's house late at night. Curiosity pulled him closer. Through a window, he saw a dark figure of a woman dancing slowly inside. Her movements were unnatural, and her fingers appeared unusually long and twisted. Uneasy, he left quietly. The next day, he returned to investigate, only to find the house locked, silent, and clearly abandoned. Locals later claimed no one had lived there for years. The mystery of who or what was dancing that night still lingers unanswered. Strix of the Forest. While hunting in a remote Canadian forest, a man noticed a strange creature perched on a tree branch. It had an owl-like face, but its body was covered in dark feathers with massive wings and a bright green streak running down its chest. The creature locked eyes with him and released a deep, echoing roar that felt more like a warning than a call. Moments later, it spread its wings and vanished into the trees. When he posted the footage online, viewers claimed it resembled a strix, a legendary bird from ancient folklore. Patrol encounter. Late at night, in a deserted area of Saudi Arabia, a police officer spotted a woman dressed in white, standing alone. Her face was covered, and her posture felt disturbingly wrong. Believing something was off, he observed her from a distance while quietly reciting verses. She remained motionless at first. Then, without warning, she began chasing his patrol car. Shocked, the officer sped away, heart racing, deciding the area was too dangerous to patrol alone after dark. The encounter left him questioning whether he had seen a lost wanderer or something far more unsettling. Pig human? In Lucknow, India, a man filmed a bizarre creature rummaging through garbage late at night. Its upper body resembled a pig, complete with snout and coarse skin, but below the waist it had human-like legs, even wearing what appeared to be black shorts. Frozen in disbelief, he recorded the scene and uploaded it online. Viewers were stunned. Some claimed it resembled Varaha, the third avatar of Lord Vishnu in Hindu mythology. Others insisted it was staged. Still, the strange blend of animal and human features left many disturbed and uncertain about what they had witnessed. Doll-faced girl. In 2021, a family driving near woods in Ohio encountered something deeply unsettling. A figure appeared by their car, resembling a young girl, but her face looked stiff and artificial, like a doll's.
Who are you? Let me in. Huh? Please help me.
Her eyes were dark and hollow, and when she spoke, her words were unclear and distorted. She moved closer, her gestures unnatural and jerky. Fear took over as the family realized something wasn't right. Without waiting another second, they drove away. To this day, they remain convinced that whatever approached their vehicle that night was not truly human. Albino moose. Driving through a forest in Alaska, a man witnessed a rare sight emerge from the trees. A massive animal stepped into view, its thick white fur glowing against the dark woods. Towering antlers crowned its head, giving it an almost mythical presence. Amazed, he quickly recorded before it disappeared back into the forest. Later, he discovered it was an albino moose, an exceptionally rare creature few ever see in person. Though completely natural, its ghostly appearance and sheer size made the encounter feel almost unreal, like witnessing something pulled straight from legend. Twisted man. A disturbing video surfaced online showing a man moving in a way that seemed impossible. His arms bent backward unnaturally, and his movements were stiff and jerky, as though controlled by unseen strings. His facial expressions appeared disturbed and disconnected from normal emotion. Viewers debated whether it was illness, performance, or something darker. The more he moved, the more unsettling the footage became. Then, just as abruptly as it began, the video ended. Without context or explanation, it left audiences disturbed, wondering what could cause a human body to behave so strangely. Dragons of Sabah. On the 27th of April, 2023, people in Sabah, Malaysia, filmed two enormous winged creatures soaring across the sky. Their silhouettes resembled dragons from ancient myths, complete with vast wingspans and elongated bodies. Some observers suggested they were merely birds, captured at an unusual angle, yet their size and shape didn't match any familiar species. The sighting quickly spread online, fueling discussions that something extraordinary had been hiding in the forests for centuries. Whether rare wildlife or something more legendary, the twin figures gliding above Sabah left many questioning what truly flies overhead. Farmgate visitor. Late one night on the streets of Antana, a woman hurried home with a chilling sense that someone was following her. She looked back again and again, but the road appeared completely empty. The next morning, neighbors reviewed their security footage, and what they found was far worse than footsteps. A strange figure with tangled hair and hollow, lifeless eyes was crawling down the street. Its movements were stiff and unnatural, bending at angles that didn't look human. Suddenly, it dropped flat against the pavement, made distorted noises, and then slipped out of view. No one recognized it. And after that night, the neighborhood never felt safe again. Unexpected visitor. On a bright morning, just as a man prepared to leave for work, something unusual flew through his open window and landed on his couch. It had spiky antennae, 6 thin legs, round black eyes, and bold black and white patterns across its wings. Startled but curious, he snapped a photo and searched online. The answer surprised him. It was a rare Cecropia moth, one of the largest moth species in North America. When he gently tried to approach it, the creature suddenly lifted off and disappeared, leaving him wondering why it had chosen his home that day. Tiny wood figures. Deep in the forest, an explorer believed he was alone until a subtle movement caught his eye. Between the trees stood 2 small figures facing one another. They were no taller than goblets, yet their pale, oversized heads made them deeply unsettling. The creatures shifted strangely, almost as if aware they were being watched. The air felt tense and silent. Then, without warning, both figures darted into the woods and vanished. The explorer remained frozen, unsure whether he had witnessed wildlife, illusion, or something that didn't belong in any natural world. Bird-headed beast. In Siberia, locals filmed a shocking sight inside a wooden horse pen. Trapped within was a creature unlike anything they had seen. Its body resembled a horse, muscular and large, yet its head looked avian, complete with a sharp beak colored white, black, and yellow.
Is that a horse with a bird's head?
The animal released eerie, echoing roars that frightened everyone nearby. Some believed it resembled a legendary beast from folklore. Authorities soon arrived and transported the creature away. After that, no official explanation was ever released, leaving only doubts about what had truly been confined inside that pen. Silent watcher. One night in Peru, a family noticed a strange figure standing in their yard. It had glowing eyes, pale skin, and the shape of a human. Yet something about it felt deeply unnatural. The figure didn't move or speak. It simply stared through the window into their home. The family sat frozen, too afraid to react, as minutes stretched endlessly. Then, without a sound, the figure slowly turned and walked back into the darkness, vanishing completely. It never returned, but the memory of that silent presence still unsettles them. Griffin of Arcadia. A farmer in Arcadia, Greece, shared footage claiming a griffin visited him every Saturday. The video shows a large white creature landing calmly on his land.
Come on, big guy, that's it. Yeah, come on.
It had the body of a lion, a long mane around its neck, a sweeping tail, and enormous wings folded at its sides. Surprisingly, it behaved gently, even allowing the man to feed it raw meat as if it were domesticated. Viewers were divided. Some dismissed it as staged, while others believed it was something extraordinary. The question remains, was it myth brought to life, or a clever illusion?
Got it right here for you. Good boy, that's it.
Red monster. While camping deep in the forest, a man heard unsettling noises coming from beyond his campsite. Curiosity pulled him toward the sound, but what he saw stopped him cold. A creature with red skin and teeth far too large for its face stood partially hidden in the shadows. Most of its body remained concealed, making its presence even more terrifying. For a moment, he couldn't move. Then, instinct took over. He turned and ran back toward safety, refusing to glance behind him, unsure how close the creature might have followed. Unknown Amazon bird. A professional photographer exploring the Amazon hoped to capture rare birds on camera. Instead, he found something he couldn't identify. Perched on a branch was a creature with bright green and dark brown feathers and a face resembling a hen. At first, he assumed it was a Nicobar pigeon, but as it shifted, revealing a long, unusual tail and sharp, unfamiliar claws, doubt crept in. No pigeon looked quite like this. The more he studied the footage later, the more convinced he became that he had photographed something undocumented. Sasquatch. On April 15th, 2022, a lumberjack working in the Borneo rainforest heard heavy footsteps approaching. Sensing something unusual, he began recording. Emerging from the trees came a tall, black figure, walking upright like a human. Its entire body was covered in thick, dark hair. The longer he observed, the more convinced he became he was seeing a Sasquatch-like creature. Not wanting to provoke it, he slowly backed away before leaving the forest altogether. The footage continues to circulate, fueling debate over whether he captured evidence of a legendary being. Headless runner. On May 14th, 2017, a cargo driver crossing a remote winter basin in Utah noticed something moving ahead. As he drew closer, he saw a tall, humanoid figure sprinting across the empty landscape. Its body appeared distorted, and most horrifying of all, it seemed to have no head. Panic set in instantly. Without slowing down, the driver accelerated and left the area as quickly as possible. The encounter was caught on video, which still circulates online, leaving viewers disturbed by the sight of something that defied normal explanation. Pale skin creature. Late one night in rural Mexico, a farm's security camera recorded something already waiting at the gate. It wasn't arriving. It was standing there with a tall body and pale skin stretched tight over elongated limbs. Its arms seemed far too long, hanging awkwardly as it leaned forward, testing the metal barrier. Then its face shifted into view, glowing eyes and a mouth unnaturally wide, pulled into a disturbing stretch. Each time it tried to push through, the farm dogs charged, barking furiously, refusing to retreat. After several failed attempts, the figure slowly stepped back and vanished into the darkness beyond the fence. Forest shadow. A man went into Kakamega Forest to clear his thoughts, expecting nothing more than quiet trees and familiar paths. Instead, near an old trunk scarred with claw marks, he saw it. A tall figure covered in black fur stood upright, dragging its claws slowly across the bark. He had walked these woods for years and never encountered anything like it. With livestock recently disappearing from nearby villages, the sight felt heavier. It wasn't just an animal in the trees. It felt aware, watching. And for the first time, the forest no longer felt welcoming. Red Walker. In Mexico, rumors spread across a quiet road of something appearing after midnight. A group of friends decided to investigate. Cameras ready, nerves steady. When they reached the spot, they understood the fear. A figure dressed in red stood ahead, face distorted and unclear. Then, it began moving toward them upside down. Its limbs bent unnaturally as it advanced, slow and deliberate. They kept filming, despite the panic rising in their voices. Just before reaching them, it turned abruptly and disappeared into the trees, leaving behind silence and questions no one could answer. Strange, hairless creature. 15 years ago, a man placed a trail camera deep in a Norwegian forest. hoping to capture bears in their natural habitat. When he finally reviewed the footage, what crossed the frame wasn't a bear. A long-faced, hairless creature moved between the trees, two fin-like shapes protruded from its neck, and a thin tail trailed behind it. Its build resembled a moose, yet it had no antlers, no fur, nothing familiar. He replayed the clip repeatedly, searching for a logical explanation. The forest had revealed something, but offered no clue as to what it was. Night standoff? Late one night in Peru, a woman sat outside her home when a figure emerged from the darkness. At first glance, it seemed human, but its pale skin, long dark hair, and glowing red eyes told another story. It moved closer, producing low, unsettling sounds meant to intimidate. Fear pressed in, but she refused to run. Gripping a wooden stick, she stood firm. For several tense seconds, they faced each other in silence. Then, unexpectedly, the figure stepped back and vanished into the night. She remained unharmed, but never truly understood what had approached her.